And we welcome you into Musketeer Made. I'm Connor Ryan.
And I'm Travis Morgan.
And he is Travis Morgan. Another, I think, fantastic episode that we have coming up here, Travis. We've really leaned into the Clark Cup champions for the Sioux City Musketeers, and then we went into with camp, some returning guys and definitely older ones from that 02 championship team and Bobby Gassoff in the 90s. This is our first one where we're really welcoming in someone who was here not too long ago, honestly, just a couple months.
Yeah, when you can bring in a guy that did something that hasn't been done since Ruslan Fedotenko for your team, the guy behind me right there that won a couple Stanley Cups for the, did it for the Musketeers. We'll tell you about it here in a minute, but this is a special podcast for a special guy because Ryan Conmy had one of the best rookie seasons in Sioux City Musketeers history.
And that was certainly noticed by the NHL. The NFL scouts may have noticed, but the NHL scouts definitely noticed.
Him. Take him. Kid, high upside, runs a 4.4 40, 25 in the bench press. Cone drill's very good. I go with him in the first round.
Buffalo Bills could definitely use him as a corner. That would be they need secondary help, but
the Chicago Bears could use him anywhere on the field. As a matter of fact, Chicago could anywhere.
Yeah, there's some teams that could use him just anywhere.
Yes.
Same with you and me. But anyways, let's welcome in Ryan Conmy, the newest Los Angeles King, and Ryan, you got the hat repping. How much King swag do you have?
I got a pretty sweet duffel bag full. Backpack. So yeah, I'm pretty loaded on the gear right now. It's pretty cool.
You gonna keep the jersey and stuff from camp as well?
Nah, didn't get to keep any of that. I'll be going back next summer. So
we gotta talk to Andy Johnson about this, boys. We gotta talk to Andy Johnson about you not getting your Kings jersey right away. They're a multi-million-dollar machine over there. They can give you, a $60 jersey. I think. Just my opinion. We'll talk to Johnson.
Yeah. I got the draft jersey, but I didn't get to keep the one that you saw photos in of last weekend. But got the draft jersey, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
All right, let's start the podcast right there because look, that's the exciting thing going on for you right now. You got drafted by the Los Angeles Kings. We'll talk about development camp here in a second, but you just mentioned you still have that jersey from draft day. It says Conmy on the back. I think all of them said 23, but just talk about what that moment was like for you. Did you know that the Kings had you on their radar, and what was that phone call like for you when you got it?
Yeah, just seeing my name get called was just a dream come true. That's what all the kids growing up playing hockey dream about. So just seeing that come true was it was awesome, and obviously a step in the right direction. Obviously, I talked to Andy Johnson, who's working with the Kings now. I actually talked to him in a Starbucks in Sioux City. So obviously knew he was kind of pushing for me there, and lucky enough to get me there. Super excited. Great spot. So ready to get to work there.
Who called you, and how did that phone conversation go when you picked it up?
Yeah, Johnson was actually the first one to call me. Yeah, then a couple of the development guys. So my phone was kind of lighting up there for a bit that afternoon. So kind of lost track of who called me, but my mom shortly after, and then my dad and brother who were back home. So it's pretty special.
Did you realize that Johns took you earlier in the NHL draft than he did in the USHL Phase 2 draft a year before?
Yeah, Fennell's actually texted me that. He said, 7th round in USHL, 6th round in NHL is pretty good jump. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That is one of those shooting up your draft boards like a rocket is Ryan Conmy from, yeah. Hey, so there's a process to this. When they take guys in the NHL draft, they do their homework on these guys pretty extensively. There's a lot that goes into who they're picking. Take us through the kind of conversations you would have with NHL scouts when they would come to Sioux City and talk to you after games. What what were those conversations like, and what were they picking your brain about?
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely trying to get to know the kind of kid you are. Obviously, you don't want a bad person in the locker room. So obviously, knowing that you're a good person, and then obviously the hockey aspect of it, kind of what you think your own game is, kind of breaking that down, and then obviously them kind of feeding you some feedback from what they saw that night or past nights. You know, they're watching you every night if it's in person or online somehow. So there's always someone watching you, and it's an exciting time. So kind of make the most of it and just be consistent every night was one of the things I thought was a game changer.
Going in, did you have maybe 3 or 4 teams that you thought that you had extensive conversations with that maybe said we'd like to take you?
Yeah, my advisor talked to more of them closer like that. So he had a better idea. I want to say LA was in the 3 or 4 he mentioned. So I mean, didn't really have an idea. You know, sometimes those things kind of come out of nowhere. Team that you hadn't talked to, but I talked to LA before, and it's pretty cool to end up there.
Who's somebody that since you've been drafted has called or reached out to you that you're kind of surprised, like, whoa, like you know who I am?
Yeah, no, I got a pretty sweet text from Pierre-Luc Dubois, who just got traded there.
Wow.
So he just signed a really nice contract with them, and saw that come through, and was pretty shocked. So kind of saved his contact for sure on my phone, and try not to bug him, but it's pretty cool to kind of show that around, but it's awesome.
So you get drafted, you get invited to the rookie camp that they have going on throughout the league, you know, and you're part of LA's. If you didn't think you could play at that, maybe not there right now, did that kind of get erased because of how well you played at minicamp, because or at this rookie camp, because you really had a great camp? Did you kind of surprise yourself with the fact that, you know, hey, no, I do belong here, right? You played with the best right there, and right at the very beginning.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of older, bigger kids than me out there, so I gained a lot of confidence, I felt, through the weekend, and kind of just building that up through the week. It's a development camp, so I mean, they're there to kind of help you develop. They obviously they got you there for a reason. So just knowing that you're there, supposed to be there, and trying to just get as much as you can from the development staff is kind of how I looked at it. And then obviously, like I said, gaining confidence, you kind of sink in, start playing your game a little bit more. So towards the end there, I was kind of feel more relaxed and playing some pretty good hockey, I thought.
How many goals do you have in the camp? And don't tell me that you don't know, because we all know that you do.
Yeah, we were playing, like, the last day was the only like real scrimmage we did. And then I had 2 goals in that one. And then we did like power play, penalty kill, 15 minutes of each for each team, and then 4-on-4 and stuff. So it wasn't a real game, but I think I probably had 3 or 4 maybe. And then Stever lit it up the first day. I think he had a hat trick. So
he had a hattie, and he had an assist in that.
Yeah.
He was one fight away from Gordie Howe style at the camp.
Yeah, we were playing together for the first couple of days, so it was cool to play with him, and just see his ability to score was pretty special.
I think there'd be a lot of Musketeer fans that are now wishing they could have seen Conmy and Steve's playing together, but in the green and yellow instead of silver and black.
Yeah, no, that would have been pretty sweet.
Pair of 30-goal scorers there.
I was about to ask, like, what was that like playing with somebody that you guys didn't play together in Sioux City, but I mean, you both kind of had similar experiences, very similar players, very prolific goal scorers, both come from the Musketeers. What was it like meeting, someone like Ben Steeves? Who, I mean, you come here the year after he wins the Clark Cup. You heard plenty about Ben Steeves.
Yeah, no, I mean, like you said, I think it was 39 goals in the regular season before, so that doesn't happen a lot. And just being able to, like you said, play with him for a couple practices there, and just kind of see the way he carries himself, and obviously the scorer's mindset he has, just shooting anything he can in that slot area. Something that I need to get a little bit better at, just kind of shooting it, not being as picky with my shots. But yeah, no, it's definitely cool to, hang out with him for a week, and, on and off the ice. I think we hung out and had a pretty good time.
Did he give you any grief for him getting 39 and you got 33?
No, he brought it up a couple times. He said he's just wondering who he thought was the better goal scorer in Musketeer history, me or him. But I think he's definitely got me there, scoring 39 and then having a pretty good playoff run, I'd say is definitely pretty cool.
But you did it as a rookie. See, you're the first 30 goal scorer as a rookie since Ruslan Fedotenko. So, I mean, that says something. That was a pretty crazy ride for a rookie season here to light it up that much. I mean, 33 goals, that's a lot of goals for a rook.
Yeah, no, I mean, we had a pretty good team, so I was lucky enough to play with I'd say Hodson and Slew pretty much the whole year. And they did a pretty good job at finding me at the right time in the right spot, and kind of just clicked, honestly.
Real quickly, go back to the developmental camp. What, after it's over, what kind of conversations did they have with you about your future with the LA Kings?
Yeah, obviously I'm going to school, so I can't go to any of the camps later this summer where they play against other teams. So kind of just knowing that I'm coming back to LA next summer for development camp, they're going to be out here watching. So just knowing to, listen to those development guys and kind of just keep growing my game. And then obviously in the near future, hopefully figure something out and do something to either be in LA or in Ontario, which their AHL team is. So either one of those would be, ecstatic in the couple years coming up.
What was your favorite thing about LA? Because I mean, you're a Buffalo, New York kid growing up, so I can't imagine two more opposite places than Hollywood and Buffalo.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah, I was in Buffalo and Rochester, New York for like 5 years growing up. But yeah, like I said at the beginning, LA's weather was just amazing every day. Same weather. We had a beach day Sunday, and got a little sunburn on my forehead. So played a little bit of volleyball, went in the ocean, kind of just walked around. It was cool to kind of soak it all in. I've never been out there yet, so pretty neat.
Going back to last year with the Musketeers, you talked about you played with Slew and Hodson, but I want to talk about that line because, like Travis said, you were a rookie. Those two had been in the USHL for, combined, I don't know how many years, but they were veterans in this league. How much did that help you to have those two guys, beside you?
Yeah, obviously playing with Slew, the captain won it last year, so just kind of seeing him do everything right, on, off the ice, during practice, after practice was kind of pretty neat and kind of just cool to learn after, and obviously play with him in games. And then Hodson, we got him, I'd say pretty early in the season, kind of clicked with him. We had a mutual friend and kind of just hit it off. But he was I think he had a bunch of assists last year, so I'd say he was feeding me a bunch of those ones. So I got lucky to play with him and kind of see that passing firsthand. And then same thing with Slow. He was doing a little bit of both, setting them up and finish some goals off. So I'd love to play with them in the future, but I don't know how that would happen.
So you came to Sioux City as a rookie last year. Things went well, but take us through that journey a little bit and just how much fun you had in Sioux City and what made Sioux City so special for you.
Yeah, I mean, just the way you guys took me on, like everyone there, front office, coaches, older players. It was just it's pretty cool to see. Just billets too. Just everyone how great it is, and just made so much easier for me and all the other younger kids to kind of play your hockey. Obviously, going back to LA, like you're there for a reason. There's a draft for the USHL too, so you're picked for a reason, and obviously you're supposed to be there. So just knowing you're supposed to be there and having everyone have your back, fans especially, just makes it so much easier to just play your game. And I think we have some of the greatest fans there. So it's pretty neat to play in front of them every night, especially some of the Aubrey Brown night, New Year's Eve, some of those special games. It was pretty cool to see the fans kind of interacting and stuff like that.
Did you ever premeditate any of your celebrations? I always feel like, going back through pictures and videos, you're a big one knee guy. You're a big, slide on one knee, the big fist pump. Did you ever premeditate, or is that just all in the emotion of the play?
Yeah, I mean, most of the time it's emotion. I'm trying to think of a time that I maybe planned one out. I don't know, maybe the teddy bear toss goal, that was pretty neat. I kind of scored it, and then took me a second to realize it was teddy bear toss.
Because we hadn't said anything all week to you guys about the teddy bear toss. I mean,
yeah. It's pretty early in the game too, so it went in, and I was kind of just like it didn't click for a second, and then obviously I was kind of like, let the teddy bears rain down. So that's pretty neat. Those are one of those things you see on social media. For obviously the Hershey Bears do it, I'd say the best. They get a crazy amount of teddy bears, so kind of just seeing that and it happening is pretty neat.
I think we scored like a minute 30 into the game, like a minute 16, minute 30. It was something crazy quick, where people, if you weren't in your seat, like at the start of the game, you were walking with a bear later going, what happened? Where it's over. You missed it. You didn't get it. Sorry.
I remember I was talking to you, Travis. We were up like by the Martel corner, because I was like, I have time, because I wanted to run down there and, like, as soon as someone scored, like, get on the ice with a camera and film everything. And yeah, I'm talking to Travis with, like, my back turned to the ice. All of a sudden I hear the crowd go and the horn go, and I'm like, oh my God, I sprint down the stairs.
Yes.
So I missed that celebration, because I didn't think it was going to happen that fast.
Yeah.
So Con, the other crazy thing about Sioux City is our jersey auctions. And a lot of people are like, around this league, or even that we run into, and they ask about, our jersey auctions. And I say, you really can't even get into the bidding starts at $500 for each of these jerseys. That's where it starts.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about those jersey auctions and kind of how crazy that is, and to hear your jersey go for, thousands and thousands of dollars?
Yeah. I want to say the first one we had was
Pink in the Rink.
Yeah, Pink in the Rink. Obviously points went for, was it like 20,000 or something crazy?
$21,500.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. So just seeing that number go up was pretty cool. And then obviously, I don't know if a jersey went for under 1,000 that night, but it was pretty similar every other night. And I was actually lucky enough to get my green jersey. My mom got it. So we got that hanging up downstairs, and then I think Fremont Tire got one maybe. So maybe that'll be hanging up there sometime, which is pretty cool.
How much? What was the highest jersey that the most you got for one?
I want to say it was the Pink in the Rink. I feel like those ones were the most expensive.
They were. Yeah, we raised over $100,000 for jerseys that night.
Yeah, that was awesome. I want to say it was like 2,000 or 3,000. It was early in the season, right. But it was pretty cool. My mom was gonna try and get that one, and then it went over 800 or something like that, and she was like, "Oh, never mind." But yeah, it's pretty sweet auction. So
Um, going off of last year's team, we've talked to like Owen Fowler and guys about Colton St. Clair, but I want to kind of shed some light because I know he does a lot of work with the forwards and the power play unit. I know you mentioned him earlier in this podcast too. Finelli had texted you. How much did Mike Finelli and all the video work that he does and the meetings he has with you guys, how much did that help you guys during the season?
Yeah, I mean, first couple of weeks we were there, he was doing more film with us, obviously, system, stuff like that. A bunch of the new kids kind of just trying to get, settled in and play confident because that's a huge part of the game. But like you said, he did run one of the power plays. That was it was the other unit, but just seeing him doing the film for them sometimes was he's working really hard for that, and he had a couple special plays that they ran, and they were clicking at the end of the year, that unit with Shazy, Slew, Goddard, Poitz, and Finner and Ren maybe were running through the top. But no, he ran that unit and drew up all those plays, which was pretty cool to watch them from the bench sometimes during the power play.
And of course, you're on the other unit. Were you just like salivating whenever another team sent someone to the penalty box? Because there were times it felt like all eyes in the arena were pretty much just watching, 36 on that dot, waiting to see if the one timer was lined up ready to get. Like the goal against Waterloo, I'll never forget because I think I just watched you the whole time, and it felt like that it was almost slow motion. That one timer you scored against I don't remember exactly what game it was, but all eyes were on you. I think the entire power play.
Yeah. No, I remember that one. The goalie was my buddy, actually, Jack Spacer. I grew up playing against him. So
really?
Yeah. Talked about that one to him a couple times this summer. But I remember that one. I was exhausted. I passed it up to Hanny, and then he went down to Hottie, and I just had my stick on my knees. I was like gasping for air because I knew it was coming back to me. It was one of the plays we drew up, and then it got to me, and I made some good contact on it and got it in to kind of seal that one there. So that was pretty cool.
So 33 goals, obviously you tore it up your rookie year. What was the moment for you where you realized like, okay, like I not just like, all right, I belong in USHL, because like you said, you got drafted, so you felt that, but like, where was the moment where you're like, all right, I could do some damage here?
Yeah, I'd say going into Christmas, I want to say we played around like 20-ish games. And I had been doing pretty well. Obviously, it keeps bringing it up, gaining that confidence. It was kind of an all-time high. Obviously went home, saw the family and relaxed for a couple days, and then kind of just kept riding that confidence, and just kept going up from there. And it was it's pretty cool to kind of look back at it now. But like I said, during the season, probably around Christmas was one of the times I kind of looked at everything and was kind of like, I belong here and stuff like that. So it's definitely pretty neat.
How much is King's development camp going to help you transition into the college game?
I think it'll be huge. We were working on a bunch of the simple skills there, kind of puck protection, shooting, scoring, that stuff. So just being able to take that, and obviously playing against, there are some AHL guys there, handful of older guys already playing in college in the OHL. So, just being able to practice that stuff against them and, bring that over here is going to be something that hopefully can, boost me and my confidence, and then kind of keep going from there.
All right. We're going to do rapid fire now, Con.
All
I'm gonna ask you some questions. You just rattle them off as fast as you can. All right.
All right. Sounds
good. Are you ready? Here we go. All right. Most likely to pull a prank. Player most likely to pull a prank on the Musketeers this past year.
Shazy.
Favorite moment.
I'd say seeing that I was roommates with Benny Duran every weekend on the road was pretty. That was one of the highlights of the weekend.
Best player.
I'd have to go Slowy there. Like I said before, doing everything right, which is, pretty awesome.
Best dressed.
Best dressed. I'd have to give that one to Croy. He's got some ridiculous clothes, but
Yep.
most of the time he's got it.
Most likely to drop the gloves.
Zoogs.
That was a gimme.
Yeah.
That was a gimme question. Favorite Sioux City restaurant?
Oh my gosh. Probably Trattoria's, right? It's got to be.
Yeah. Favorite barn to play in, not Sioux City?
I like Lincoln's. It was pretty electric.
Yeah, it's loud.
Yeah.
Team you dislike the most?
Probably Omaha.
Yeah. Okay. And then one player in the NHL that you wish you can play with if you ever make it there, when you make it there.
Connor McDavid, probably. Just probably really easy to play with him. So
there it is. All right. Rapid fire has officially been fired. There we go.
I was going to say the Croy answer is a good one because I remember that one time he wore the hat into the ring.
Mm-hmm.
The hat was key.
Yeah.
The hat was key.
I can't remember if he started that night because I think I asked him. I was like, "You can't wear that hat if you're not starting. You got to know you're starting."
Yeah.
You can't wear the hat if you're the backup goalie.
Obviously.
Starting. And that did because I would see this sometimes after practice when you guys could kind of do your own thing. Did you ever get fighting practice or instruction from Zoogs? Did you ever ask him like, "Hey, how do I fight?"
No, I never asked him that. I know a couple of the guys did. But no, I never really crossed my mind.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
I know. I was going to say that's what we've learned here today. Ryan Conmy is a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah, no, I would probably say sorry or something. I don't know. Maybe if I got really angry sometime, but I wouldn't, look for something.
Okay, last question. How many pairs of shoes do you own?
Oh.
Because you are a shoe guy. Like that's one of your things.
See, in my dorm room, which I'm only here for 4 weeks, I have probably 10 or 11 pairs in here, and then probably 20-ish back home. So I'd say around 30 pairs.
Wow. Your favorite pair? What's your most elite pair?
I'd probably say my golf shoes. Actually, they're Jordan 1 lows, and they're like the UNC color, so like that baby blue colorway. Pretty sweet.
Those are sick.
Yeah.
You are a big golf guy. Have you been able to get out and whack the ball around a little bit, or you draft in college? You just been too busy?
Yeah, I played once at college. We actually did play in LA. We played a par 3 course at Top Golf, which was pretty cool to do on a little downtime. And then back home, I was playing 3 or 4 times a week. So I've been getting a little bit better. It's a lot more fun when you're good at the game. So,
yeah,
no, I'm getting a little bit. No. No, Stever said he was scratch. I'd say I'm hanging around 8 to 10 handicap, which is pretty good. I can hold my own, but no, Stever was pretty good when we played the par 3 course.
One of my favorite golf and just moments this year, by the way, and you guys probably I don't know if you've heard this story, but we had our golf tournament at the end of the year, and Slew is like one of the best golfers we have on our team. Like Slew is a good golfer.
Yeah.
And, for those that are listening to this that don't know about our golf tournament, we have, players out there on all the par 3s that, can help shoot shots, in and whatnot to help raise money.
Say Ryan was on the same hole as Slew.
Were you on the same hole as Slew?
Yeah.
Okay. So all right. So this is great because now you can tell us the story. So I'm sitting in the clubhouse and this foursome comes rolling through and they like beeline for me. Like, hey, why would you have that guy on that par 3. Like, what are you talking about? And like, we paid Slew to hit it on for us, and he chili dipped one right out of bounds. He's supposed to be a good golfer, and he hit it out of bounds. He lost a Pro V1. We didn't get. They were upset. I mean, they were upset that Slew chili dipped one out of bounds. They paid like $10 for it, whatever. You saw this?
Yeah, I think I want to say it was the first group. So we had only swung like 2 or 3 shots. But yeah, he gave him a Pro V1, put it down, and
Bean
then
field.
yeah, there was a field like right next to us, and just housled it straight left. But we were all laughing. It was a good time. I think they ended up winning the tournament, or maybe they came in second. But yeah, that was a good day. Good way to start off the golf tournament for him.
To be fair, they did get put on a tough hole.
Yeah, no, it was the pin was tucked right behind a bunker, so no one really got close to it. Besides, there was the one guy that like sculled it, ran up through the bunker, and popped out. But honestly, that was probably the closest one. Got a little lucky.
Wow. Well, Con, hey, we appreciate the time. Congratulations on the great camp in LA and getting drafted with the Kings, and just everybody here in Sioux City is extremely proud of you, and we're all pulling for you as you enter your next phase of life with the University of New Hampshire out there. And just know that you always have a home here in Sioux City, and once forever a Musketeer, my man.
Of course. No, I appreciate you guys having me on. I'm really excited to get on this podcast.
All right.
Yep.
The Fremont Tire Musketeer Made.
Yep, by Fremont Tire. That's right. That's the new sponsor for Musketeer Made. So great having Ryan on. Yeah, he's in the state of live free or die now. That's New Hampshire for you there, Travis.
Wow. All right. That's East Coast. Go YouTube.
Yeah, well, it's on like everything they have out there is live free or die. It's like they don't give you many choices. They're very passionate about it. So, but no, awesome having Ryan Conmy on. Great to have somebody, from a recent Musketeer season join us. And again, congratulations to Ryan on getting drafted. And we'll be paying his great interest in his career with UNH and then with the LA Kings. So that will do it here today for Musketeer Made. Again, thanks to Ryan Conmy. I'm Connor Ryan.
I'm Travis Morgan.
And we'll talk to you later. Thanks, everyone.